throughout early 2022?
Yeah, I was.
Are you represented today by counsel?
I am.
And are you testifying pursuant to 3 grants of immunity?
I know that there's immunity. I don't know how many of them. Yes.
Understand. Are you aware of immunity from Summit County?
Yes.
From Salt Lake County?
Yes.
And from the federal government?
Yes.
What is your understanding of those grants of immunity?
That I need to be honest, or they're void, I guess.
Okay. Do you also understand that you have to testify not only honestly, truthfully, but also fully and completely?
Yes.
Sir, do you know who Nicole Cummings is?
I do.
Who is she?
Excuse me. She is a girl that I lived with for a couple of months at the end of 2021.
Did there come a time in early 2022 when she contacted you about a friend of hers?
Yes.
What did she say to you?
She asked me if I would talk to her friend, I don't remember her name, and get some roxys for her, the oxycodone.
Did you contact Nicole Cummings' friend?
I think Nicole asked her if she could give her my number, and then she contacted me. But I think that's how that went.
Did you ultimately speak with her?
Yes.
Did you text with her?
I think it was mostly phone calls, but there might have been some text. I don't know. That was 4 years ago.
Sure.
Oh.
When you spoke or texted with her, what did she ask for?
As far as I remember, she was asking for roxys for the oxycodone.
Did she identify what she was asking for by any label other than roxys?
No.
Did you at that time believe that roxys meant oxycodone?
Yeah, that's the only thing that I know. I know that they mean. Excuse me.
Did you set up to sell to her?
I set up to meet her in Draper.
Did you set up to meet her at a Maverick in Draper?
Yes.
Did you ultimately meet her at that Maverick in Draper?
Yes.
Where were you coming from to get to the Draper?
At that, I think Roy, maybe, or Layton.
Do you remember how many times you agreed to meet her at the Draper?
Like I said, it was 4 years ago. I remember once clearly, maybe twice.
Could there have been a third time?
I don't think so.
So let's talk about the first time you can recall. Is that the one you recall the clearest?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I believe it was raining that day, and she was coming from quite a distance, so we met in Draper to make it easier.
Once you met at the Maverick in Draper, did you meet up with her personally?
I mean, she was in a car.
Okay.
I went up to the car. She handed me the money. I gave her the pills. and then went our separate ways.
Did you have the pills with you, or did you have to go get them from somebody?
I don't remember.
Do you remember what she looked like?
I really don't. I think she was Mexican, kind of short, but I don't know if she was in a car the whole time. Like, I don't even think she got out, because I remember it was raining.
Have you come to learn that her name is Carmen Lauber?
I have heard that, yeah. Like,
you said she handed you the money. Do you remember about how much money?
I don't remember.
You said you handed her pills. What do you remember, if anything, about the pills?
It was like 30 or 40 of them.
Do you remember anything else about that first buy with this lady?
No, she was in like a little, I want to say like a Civic or something, like a Honda Civic, but yeah.
Okay. Were you selling a lot of drugs around this time?
I wouldn't say a lot, no. I sold or got pills for maybe 3 or 4 people. So yeah, I wouldn't by any means say it was a lot.
And was this about early February 2022?
Yeah, I believe so.
Can we talk about the second time?
Okay.
How did the second time come about?
I really don't remember. Like, I'm not even real clear if I had met her a second time. Oh. To be honest with you, like, I know that I met her the one time. And it might have been twice, but I really, like, it was like 4 years ago. So, like, I don't really remember if I met her more than once. But if it would have been the same thing, like, I would have gotten the money from her, given her the things, and left. Like, there wasn't a lot of interaction. We didn't, get a drink together or anything. We just.
It's a drug deal.
Yeah.
Not rocket surgery.
Right.
Had you met her at the Maverick Draper for anything else other than a drug deal?
No.
Had you met her anywhere other than the Maverick Draper?
No.
So am I right that the only times you've met Carmen Lauber is at the Maverick Draper?
That's right.
And the only times you've met her at the Maverick Draper was to sell her drugs?
That's correct.
Do you recall interviewing with Summit County detectives on May the 4th, 2023?
Vaguely. I remember, like, I was in jail. I hadn't been there very long. I was on a lot of drugs at that time, so, like, I was detoxing from those drugs. And I remember, like, going in a conference room and speaking with them, but I don't really recall a lot of the discussion.
Which jail?
Davis County Jail.
Do you recall whether they asked you if Carmen asked for blues specifically or fentanyl specifically?
I have read the report, so, like, I know that they did, but I don't remember them saying that to me.
Okay. And by report, do you mean a transcript of their
Yes.
interview?
Yeah.
So you know from reading a transcript of their interview that they asked you whether Carmen asked for blues or fentanyl on one hand or oxys on the other hand?
Yes.
Do you recall how you responded to that question?
Not right offhand. I think I said something to the extent of that I thought they were. I didn't know if they were fentanyl or roxys, but whatever she asked for is what she got.
Do you recall your answer to that specific question of theirs, whether she asked for blues specifically or fentanyl on one hand or oxys on the other hand?
No.
If I were to show you that transcript again, would you be able to recall?
I mean, I'm not going to remember it, but like I can.
Would that help
see
you
it.
refresh it?
I could see like what it says.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. So, but as far as remembering it, that was 3 years ago, or however many years ago, and I was in a rough state at the time that I had that conversation with them.
Of whether she wanted blues or fentanyl specifically or oxys?
Yeah, but it says that.
It's a yes or no.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
So how did you respond to that?
Can I take this witness on voir dire for just one moment?
Not at the moment. You got to let him answer that question.
Oh, we approach.
Yes.
Carmen Lauber asked specifically for blues or fentanyl or oxy. How did you respond?
I said that she asked probably for blues, but at that time, roxys were blues. It wasn't like it was like the slang on the street was, when people bought roxys, they were buying blues. It was before, this influx of fentanyl and it also said that so M30s. Yeah, that's what the roxys were stamped with was M30s. That's the manufacturer stamp. It's not just a fentanyl thing.
Do you recall investigators then clarifying that very thing with you and asking, it wasn't like she was asking for oxys and got M30s, right? Do you remember the investigators asking you for that clarification?
Well, oxys implies that they would have been Oxycontin to me, but M30s would be fentanyl, or not fentanyl, but roxys. At that time in 2022, in early 2022.
Well, I think that confuses what the investigators were trying to clarify, weren't they?
I don't know what they were.
Do you recall the investigators asking you? It wasn't like she was asking for oxys and got M30s. Do you recall them asking you that?
I have read it, but I don't recall them asking me that, no.
But you know that they asked you that from having read the transcript, right?
Your Honor, asked and answered. He said he doesn't recall.
That is true. And if you would answer that question, please.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Do you know that investigators asked you, it wasn't like she was asking for oxys and got M30s?
Yeah, that's what it says. Yeah.
Do you recall your answer to that question?
I do not.
Would it refresh your recollection if I showed you the transcript of the interview?
Sure.
Sir, does that help refresh your recollection?
I mean, no, but like I can see what it says, but I don't remember having this conversation. But
when the police asked you whether she was asking for oxys and got M30s, do you recall how you responded?
it says no. She would have got what she asked
For a
for.
moment.
Okay.
He said he doesn't recall.
Sustained.
Sir, do you recall whether police asked you if Carmen Lauber knew there was fentanyl in the pills that you sold her?
Again, yeah, it said that.
It's a yes or no question.
Do you recall it?
I don't recall. I really don't recall the conversation with the police at all, other than I had the conversation with them. I don't remember details of it other than what I've read.
Do you agree in the interview generally that you confirmed that you sold pills containing fentanyl to Carmen Lauber?
No, I said that, from what I read, I said that she knew what she was, she got what she wanted. Whatever she asked me for is what she got, but I'm pretty sure it was roxys, and it was, the whole questioning with those cops was them kind of telling me what I had been doing.
So you've read a copy of that transcript.
I have.
Is it an accurate transcript of your interview with detectives that day?
No, he said he doesn't remember anything about the interview.
Well, I'm going to let him answer it. You're objecting to foundation. Your foundation's overruled. It's a yes or no question, sir. Or, I don't know. I want to be clear.
Okay, yeah, again, I don't know.
Did you swear to the affidavit saying that it was true?
Yes.
Did you read the affidavit before swearing to it?
I believe it was read to me.
In that affidavit, did you say that you sold drugs to Carmen Lauber 2 times in February 2022 at the Maverick in Draper?
I believe it said the same thing I've been saying, that it was once, maybe twice. Like, I don't recall if it was more than that. But
did you say in that affidavit that one time you sold Roxy 30s and one time you sold Blues?
yes, but again, blues are, at that time, blues are Roxy 30s. Like, they're synonymous.
That was
Yes.
your understanding of what Blues are, right?
Yes.
At that time.
Yes, and if I sold somebody blues, then they were the Roxy 30s.
Did you say in that affidavit that you understood actually at that time in early 2022, that OxyContin was the same thing as Blues and Oxy and Roxy 30s?
No.
Did you say in the affidavit that you sold OxyContin?
No. No, I think like there were notes being made in it and things crossed out, but yeah, I clearly said that's not OxyContin. I never sold OxyContin. I sold oxycodone, Roxy 30s.
Okay. So, sir, you've never sold OxyContin?
Never.
Mr. Crozier, is that an accurate depiction of the affidavit that you signed in September 2025?
I mean, without all of the corrections, yes. Like, as I was sitting in jail and going over it with the defense attorney, she was crossing like Oxycontin out because I kept saying that's oxycodone, and then she was crossing other words out. Like, there was a whole bunch of different words that were put in there that were typos or they weren't the right words. They certainly weren't my words. But
whether they were your words or not, is this the one you signed? Is that your signature at the bottom?
It is, yeah.
Your Honor, the state moves 8-47 into evidence.
No objection.
State's Exhibit 8-47 is admitted. Published to the jury.
Yes, Your Honor. Scott, can we just zoom in on the first 4 paragraphs? So is that first paragraph accurate?
Yes.
Is the second paragraph accurate?
Yes.
Is the third paragraph accurate?
Yes.
Is that fourth paragraph accurate?
No. No. No, it's got a... Yeah, it's got the... It says oxycontin and not oxycodone.
Is that fifth paragraph accurate?
No. Again, it says oxycontin and not oxycodone.
Is that sixth paragraph accurate?
No. Again, it says oxycodone. Oxycontin and not oxycodone.
Seventh paragraph accurate?
No, because it says that I met with her 2 times, and I'm not sure that I met with her 2 times.
How about the eighth paragraph?
Yes.
How do you know whether what you were selling, were you selling pills at the end of 2022?
I wasn't selling roxys anymore. I was only selling fentanyl at that time.
Were you selling pills in late 2021 and early 2022?
I was selling roxys then, yes.
How do you know what was inside the pills that you were selling?
Because I had multiple people that had prescriptions.
So you were getting the pills from other people?
Yeah, I had, yes.
Who did you get the pills from that you sold to Carmen Lauber?
I don't recall. I had multiple sources that I was getting them from.
So you just had a guy?
I had a few guys.
Is paragraph 9, is that accurate?
Yes.
Is that accurate with the handwritten correction?
Yeah, the possessing, yes.
Are those your initials next to that possessing it's handwritten?
Yes.
How about paragraph 10? Is that accurate?
Yeah, yes.
How about paragraph 11?
Yes,
Paragraph 12 accurate?
it is.
13?
With the exception of the oxycontin again, instead of oxycodone. Again, the oxycodone prescription, I had an oxycontin prescription.
Is 14 accurate?
Again, with the oxycontin instead of oxycodone.
15 accurate?
It is.
16 accurate?
With the oxycontin instead of oxycodone.
And let's scroll down to that's your signature?
It is.
Can we go to the next page, Scott? Is that your signature?
It is.
Now in there you say that you read the foregoing. Did you read it?
It was read to me, yes.
Is it fair to summarize your testimony today that you sold Carmen Lauber on at least 1, maybe 2 occasions, M30s and blues, and you believe that M30s and blues referred to at that time oxycodone.
Yes.
Just going to ask you a couple of questions about that first interview. You said that with the detectives that you really didn't remember that interview. You did say, though, just a moment ago, well, they were just telling me what I'd been doing. Do you remember that?
I do.
All right. So during that interview, remember that they just told you what you'd been doing and you just kind of agreed. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, I didn't really want to get in trouble. I was already in jail. I had bail. I was trying to get out. I wasn't. And they kept telling me that I wasn't in trouble and nobody was going after me and things like that. But still, I mean, when they originally came and talked to me and were asking me about, I had no idea who any of the people they were besides Nicole. They showed me pictures and I was like, I don't know who that is. But yeah.
All right. Let's fast forward to September of 2025. And you were interviewed by myself and by my investigator, Mr. Bertram. Correct?
Yes.
And were you sober when you and I and Mr. Bertram met?
I was.
And do you recall at that interview you told us you thought you had sold to Ms. Carmen 2 times?
I think I said once, maybe twice.
All right.
Same thing I've been saying.
You said once, maybe twice. And that the first time was Roxy 30s, which you've explained, right?
I'm sorry, yes.
And Roxy 30s, and we're going to get to this whole Oxycontin, oxycodone thing in just a minute.
Okay.
But Roxy 30s, would that be 30 milligram oxycodone pills?
Yes.
All right. And you said you met her at the Maverick to sell them. And you...
If you would just add a question mark at the end of these as you go.
Oh, all right. And you met her at the Maverick to sell them, correct?
Yes.
And that you remember it was early 2022, correct?
Yeah, it was around this time.
Okay.
There was snow then. So.
Okay. So can you remember what you were charging per pill for 30 milligram oxycodones?
Like either $25 or $30 a piece.
$25 or $30 per pill. You weren't selling fentanyl at that time, but when you did sell fentanyl, what did that sell for?
About the same.
You sold fentanyl for about the same? Are you aware that there was a time that fentanyl was sold for considerably less than oxycodone?
Yes.
Like, and would that have been earlier when fentanyl first started in the market, or would that just depend on who was selling it?
It just depends on who was selling it,
Okay.
where you got it from. If you know a Hondo that'll give them to you for 80 cents, then yeah, but...
All right, that's fair. So, do you recall, let me back up. So you said that when you sold her, the time that you clearly remember the first time she was sitting in a car, was anybody with Ms. Lauber?
I don't remember.
You don't remember
I don't.
there being anyone, or you just don't know?
I just don't know, like, if there was some or if she was by herself. I don't know.
Okay. And then do you recall saying that there was a time you sold to her when a man came with her?
Yes. I do.
So that would have been the second time that we talked about earlier, correct?
Not sure. It could have been the first time, but probably. Yeah,
Okay.
if there was twice, why not?
Okay. All right. So, if Ms. Carmen Lauber testified that you told her, these are fentanyl pills, I'm selling you fentanyl pills, would that be true?
I mean, if I said it to her, then it would be true, but I don't know that I said that to her.
Well, were you selling her fentanyl pills?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay. And let's go over that again, because I know you were using during that period. But why was it that you remembered that in 2022, early 2022, you were selling oxycodone and not fentanyl?
Because everybody was scared of fentanyl in early 2022 and in 21. You know, it was all over the news and people were dying and it was kind of hard to get, and people were scared of getting it. And like I testified, I had people that had prescriptions. I had my own prescription and we sold those.
When you said you had a prescription and you knew people that had prescriptions, are you talking about oxycodone?
Yes.
Do you remember the milligrams of your prescription?
Mine were 10s at that time.
10s. Did
Yeah.
you sell any of those to Carmen Lauber?
No.
Okay, so you sold somebody else's prescription.
Yes.
And the pills you sold were actually prescription pills from a pharmacy?
Yes.
And do you recall, you met her at the Maverick, and do you recall the person that you were buying from actually lived not super far away from that Maverick? Isn't that correct?
No.
You didn't have a supplier that was pretty close to that Maverick?
No.
You don't recall that you met her there and then you left to get the pills and came back?
I don't remember. I might have met somebody down the street, but I don't remember if I didn't go to anybody's house to get them.
All right, that's fair. So somebody met you a ways from the Maverick to give you the pills? Mm-hmm. Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
And those were that person's prescription?
Yes.
Do you know what the milligrams were? Were they 30 milligrams?
There were 30 milligrams.
All right. So at that time in early 2022, you would not have been telling Carmen Lauber, here, these are fentanyl.
No, I didn't have a fentanyl plug at that time. Like, I didn't know anybody that sold fentanyl at that time.
All right. And you said if you were asked for blues, that to you that meant what?
Roxys.
Roxys. Because before fentanyl became really well known, a lot of oxycodones were blue.
Yeah, and they were the M30s, like from the manufacturers. And I think that's why whoever makes those now, the fentanyl ones, they made them to look just like the Roxys, because people were taking, a lot of people were addicted to Roxy 30s at that time, so they made them look exactly like that, and that's why people were dying, because they were thinking they were taking a Roxy and they were taking a fentanyl that looked exactly the same, but color might have been a little different.
And those were either being made illicitly or brought in from Mexico, right?
I'm not sure how they come in, but yeah, they were here. Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, you couldn't get them from a pharmacy for sure.
I'm sorry, you couldn't.
You could not get them from a pharmacy, no.
Okay. So the pills that you sold in 2022 that were light blue, those came from a pharmacy.
Yes.
Do you recall that selling pills that were light green?
If they were light green, they would have been 15s or 20s. With the Roxys, like the lower the doses, like I had a prescription for 10s and they were pink, and then I think the 15s might have been green, and then 20s were gray, I think, and then all of from every manufacturer they were all blue. The Roxy 30s were every manufacturer, they were all blue.
Light blue?
Yeah, whether they said M30 on them or A22 something or whatever it was, the manufacturer stamp on.
Okay. Now, I want to talk about the affidavit, the one that's been admitted, and then there's a second one that has not yet been admitted. Now, when Mr. Bertram and you didn't type this affidavit, right?
No, I did not.
And Mr. Bertram and I brought these up to you, correct? Mm-hmm. And we
Yes.
read them to you, correct?
Yes.
And you made some corrections, correct?
Well, I think you had the pen, but yes.
You told me some corrections to make, and I made them correct.
Yes.
And then you signed them, correct?
Yes.
But at that time, let me rephrase that. Then later, you were given an attorney, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And Ms. Letkins. Mm-hmm. And, is that right?
Yes.
And Ms. Letkins went over these with you again later, correct? The affidavits.
I don't remember if she did or not. I mean, I went from meeting with you from jail and then going to treatment. I was in 7th Street treatment at the time. I know that we talked about them.
You and Ms. Litkins? And
I don't know if we went over it line by line like we just did, but I know that we talked about it.
do you recall telling Ms. Litkins, there's a mistake in these? It says OxyContin and it's supposed to be oxycodone?
Yes.
All right. And are you aware that Ms. Litkins then let the prosecutors in this case know these are correct, except that they say OxyContin and they should say oxycodone?
I don't know that she did that, but I'm sure she did. I don't.
Okay. And so I'm the one that typed OxyContin, correct?
Probably, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now that I didn't understand them, but I understand now, what's the difference between OxyContin and oxycodone?
OxyContin is way stronger. And it's time released now, I believe. Like, I think in the 90s it wasn't. They were having a lot of problems around the country with those. And then they made them time released. The oxycodone or the OxyContin 30s, I believe, are purple or they're red or maroon color or something like that. But
Okay.
yeah, they have like a gel around them.
All right. So there's a mistake that we put OxyContin, and then you later corrected it with your attorney and said, well, this is right, other than it should say oxycodone.
Yes.
All right. Because you were selling oxycodone,
Yes.
not OxyContin.
Yes.
You actually signed 2 affidavits in September of 2025,
Yes.
correct? And the state introduced one of those affidavits, correct?
I don't know. They just showed me one.
They showed you one.
Okay, yes.
That's the only one they showed you.
Yes.
Will you take a look at this and tell me if this is the second one you signed?
In paragraph 8, it says OxyContin again, but
Again, I'm gonna talk about that.
Okay. yes.
Okay, so other than where it says, there's 2 times it says OxyContin when it should have said oxycodone. Other than that, is this a true statement?
Yes.
All right. So do you recall a meeting with prosecutors in this case in April of 2025 to discuss your testimony?
I do.
And that was before you met with myself and Mr. Bertram in September of 2025.
Yeah. Yes.
And at that meeting, did you tell them then that you never did sell fentanyl to Carmen Lauber?
I told them that I'm pretty sure that I sold her roxys and not fentanyl.
Okay. So you told them, excuse me. You told them basically the same thing that you said in September of 2025 and what you're saying today
Yes.
in your testimony. And did you sign a sworn affidavit that that in fact happened?
I did.
All right. And were you sober when you met with the prosecution in 2025
I was.
to tell them that I never sold her fentanyl, I sold her Roxy 30s,
Yes.
oxycodone?
OxyContin, yeah.
When you you talked to your friend Nicole, what did she tell you? Let me rephrase that. What was your understanding of what Carmen Lauber wanted? She said, I have a friend who wants some pills. What was your understanding of what that friend wanted?
That she wanted roxys. roxys. I'm sorry.
So again, you didn't start selling fentanyl until late 2022.
That's right.
You had no access to it in January, February, March of 2022.
No.
When you did start selling fentanyl, what color were those pills?
Like almost purple.
A really dark color.
Yeah. Yeah, they were very distinctive.
Okay. So not light blue, not light green.
Mm-hmm.
Did anyone ever ask you for the Michael Jackson stuff?
I'm sorry?
I think that answers my question. Nobody ever asked you, Carmen Lauber didn't ask you to sell her the Michael Jackson drug.
No. Is that,
Do you know what that is?
what do they call that? Prohypnol or something?
Propofol.
Propofol. There you go. Yeah, I've heard of it as I've watched the Michael Jackson thing when he died, but yeah, nobody's ever asked me for that.
Do you know if you can even
I
buy that on the street?
I doubt it.
Okay.
It seems like they would keep that under a tight lock and key.
All right. All right, I'm just going to summarize and then we're going to be done. Okay?
Okay.
So, when you initially agreed with detectives that you might have sold fentanyl, you were high, you were coming down, and you don't remember saying that specifically. True.
That is correct. Yes.
And when you met with myself and Mr. Bertram in September of 25, and you said you were selling only oxycodone, you were sober, correct?
Yes.
And you were being truthful?
Yes.
All right. When you met with Mr. Bloodworth and his investigator in April of 2025, you were sober,
Yes.
and you said you were only selling oxycodone in early 2022.
That's correct.
You sober today?
I am.
In fact, congratulations, you just finished your treatment program, right?
Thank you. I did.
What was your sober date?
August 26th,
Of 2020?
25.
25. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Robert, I want you to look at the jury. I want you to tell them, are you telling the truth here today?
Yes, I am telling the truth.
Mr. Crozier, how were the pills that you sold to Carmen Lauber packaged?
They were in a bag.
One of those little tiny clear Ziploc bags?
I don't remember, but a Ziploc bag or something. Yeah, they were in a bag of some kind. Yes.
Like one of those little bags you get with a spare button on a shirt?
Well, I don't think you can't fit 20 or 30 pills in a little bag like that, so they were probably a little bigger than that, but yes.
And you got that bag from your plug, right?
Yeah, from one of somebody.
One of the guys that sold
Yes.
you the pills.
Correct.
You did not get that bag from a pharmacy, correct?
No.
Thank you.